Evening everyone, how are we doing today? We've had a wonderful week. It's been an interesting week here in the workshop. It's been a cold week, but yeah, we've had a lot go wrong, a lot of issues, maybe not mistakes, but just stuff not working out, ideas that we had didn't come to fruition, and I mean, you know how it is, right? It's a little bit more difficult when, I'll be honest, it's more difficult when you run your own business, because you're relying on these ideas to work, you're relying on these things to come through for you, and they don't. So I put a video up earlier on this week talking about how difficult things were, and a couple of people said, one gentleman in particular said about how useful he found it, so I thought I would do a video on it. And I would try and talk and be honest with you guys about how it is and how we deal with a bad day. So I think it's important to start off with to forget about the Instagram, Facebook lie, right? We all know, we're all grown-ups. I'm not here to lecture or talk down to you, but everybody understands that what you see on Facebook and Instagram isn't necessarily real, right? We try and make everything that we do as real as we can be. A lot of people don't. A lot of people make everything perfect, and when you're doing something like this or trying to run a small business, it's really detrimental to your health and to your mental health to be looking and seeing everybody doing everything perfect the first time, every time. And that's not how the real world is, right? I've been doing this for quite a while now, and I've been in and out of the construction industry for like 20 years. 21? Yeah, a long time, right? And it's difficult and things go wrong. And do you know what makes it a good day, or the difference between a good day and a bad day is how you approach those things when they go wrong. So, how do we approach the things that go wrong? First off, it's about your perspective, right? I talk about perspective a lot, and I think it's massively important. I think it can change the whole outcome of a day, a week, a month, a year. It's unbelievable, and I always try and talk about it to my kids. If things go wrong, right, you can look at them for the fact. I'm rambling a bit. I try not to. It's been a long week. Did I mention it's been a difficult week? Let me get this straight. It's important to look at the bigger picture when things aren't working out. It's important to not get stuck looking at stuff that's just here and look at everything that's going on around with you. Let's take, for example, okay, so I had a project a couple of weeks ago, man. I spent 40 minutes trying to get this thing perfect, and I know I spoke about the 80-20 rule and all that sort of stuff. I'm not perfect, so I do try to not get stuck with things. Anyway, I'm doing a project. It's here on the bench, just here, and I turn around, man. I adjusted this light, and it sat there for 45 minutes, and then I turn around and go off to do something. It falls down and smashes the edge on my project. I was fuming. I don't know whether I was more angry or more gutted, but I didn't have time to remake it. It needed to go out to the client in the morning, so something needed to be dealt with. So I went and had a look on Google for 10 minutes, try and figure something out. Came up with a fix. Came in here. I'd never done it before. Came in here, gave it a go. It worked. Perfect. Let it dry. Pass it off to the client in the morning. They were super happy with it. Nobody could see the fix that I'd done. Perfect. Now, you can sit there and go, wow, I scraped through by the skin of my teeth on that job. Or you can sit there and go, do you know what? I learnt a new skill today. All right, things didn't work out the way that I wanted them to, but when it went wrong, I didn't panic, I didn't give up, I didn't run away from it, and I managed to come up with a fix, and it worked, right? So I guess it's a bit, hindsight's a wonderful thing, right? It's easy when things go wrong to sit there a day, a week, a month down the line and go, God, you know what? I could have done this and that would have fixed it. I could have done that and I would have fixed it. How about you sit there and look at the problems and go, well, do you know what? I screwed up, but what good came out of it? What good came out of this? I learned a new skill. Yeah, I had to stay late to get it fixed, but so you could argue, well, that was rubbish. It's a crap day, things went wrong, nothing worked out. Or you could look at it and, do you know what? All right, I had to stay a little bit later, but I fixed it, the client was happy, and I learned a new skill. I genuinely think that's really important, to be able to sit there and look for the good in things. A lot of the times when we've had jobs, they're really not working out very well at all. and we're like, right, racking the brains, how are we going to fix it, how are we going to fix it, how are we going to fix it? Whereas you could be sitting there going, it's all going to, it's crap. We're going to disappoint the client, everything's going to fall to bits. I can't have that. That's not in me to do. It's all about fixing the problem, identifying the problem, fixing it, and moving forward with it. And I think that's a really, really, really important thing to do, to be able to, when you're having a bad day, to find something to focus on and make the good come out of it. And let's be honest, right? Nobody's going to fix it for you. Nobody's going to make things better. The good is not going to just appear in like out of thin air, right? It's not. You are the one that has to deal with things. You are the one that has to make things better. And the easiest way to do that is by having the right attitude, the right perspective. Now, it's not easy. I don't do this all the time. I really, really, really try, but it's, you know, I'm only human. Like I said, I'm not perfect. But if you can change your perspective in the moment, think, right, what am I going to get out of this? What good is going to come from this? And try and just deal with that and roll with it and go with it, you know. And it makes life so much easier. It really does. I've in a number of jobs, I've been called irritatingly positive, and I don't think I'm irritatingly positive. Michelle would probably argue with that. I don't think I am, but Michelle would probably say I am. I don't think I'm irritatingly positive. I think it's about trying to focus on what we can achieve, as opposed to focusing on the rubbish, focusing on the crap bits, focusing on the thing that has gone wrong, because anybody can do that. That's the easy way out. The difficult way out is to suck it up, see what we can make out of it, and move forward. Because I guess that's the thing, right? If you don't do that, then you're as good as giving up. And I don't want to give up. We wouldn't have got all of this if we'd given up when it got hard. And I tell you what, there are days that we've had months, man, where it has been stupidly hard. We've had months where clients have dropped stuff on us. We've said, right, 6 weeks lead time. They've said, I've got 2. And we've worked 14, 16 hours a day for months on end, man. And it's hard work, but it's worth it in the end, right? It's all worth it in the end. I guess the other thing is, you know, when you've got crap days, is just to remember these last little bits, because I'll get going because I'm rambling again, is it's not going to last forever. It will get better. And one thing that I genuinely love, I think I've said it before, is to try and take a little bit of a step back from the way things are at the moment. Have a look at it from, maybe try and have a little bit of a fresh pair of eyes, but have a look at it and think, is this going to be a problem in 6 months' time? In 6 months' time or 6 weeks' time, am I going to remember this situation? Am I going to remember this screw up, this mistake, this problem that's happened, without somebody reminding me? And if the answer is no, then it's not going to be that bad. And it's going to be okay. And you're going to get through it. And yeah, it's going to be all right. I think that's important. I probably have rambled quite a little bit, so I'm going to shoot off. Let me know what you think. I would love to know whether you agree with me, disagree with me, whether you think I'm talking rubbish. By all means, tell me, man. But yeah, you all have a good evening. Take it easy. Have a nice weekend. Stay safe and look after each other. All right, take it easy, guys. Have fun.